Welcome to Global Media Stocks to Watch. I'm Michael Suido. I'm speaking today with Gary Economo. He's the CEO of Ecolomondo, which is a Canadian clean tech company. Gary, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Michael. Pleasure to be here.
Ecolomondo has a pretty interesting business, I have to say. You all take used tires, heat them up, and then you turn this trash into products that can be used as fuel or in construction or to make new rubber products. Now, you joined the company about 3 months ago as its new CEO. And I got to say, I was looking at your LinkedIn page, and over the past 4 decades or so, you've had a career in international finance. You work with mergers and acquisitions. I'm curious, what exactly attracted you to this role? What attracted you to Ecolomondo?
Yeah, Michael, when I took a look at this company, I was able to put a lot of my past experience in the carbon world and look towards what we can do with this particular business. My background, I did a lot of finance, but I wasn't a financial person. I was a business guy, entrepreneur. Was able to raise quite a bit of money through a variety of sources and build the businesses around carbon products and carbon technologies in graphite, graphene, and a variety of other materials. So I spent a lot of time in my 40 years of my career in being a CEO of publicly traded companies, as well as a couple of private companies, mostly dealing with technologies and carbon-based materials. So when I looked at this company, I said, wow, there's an opportunity here to take this business and really expand it around the globe. And they already have plans for growth in the US, but this is an incredible opportunity to take a terrific technology and expand it around the globe.
Okay, so you do have this experience in business. If we leverage that for a second, what is your number one goal for the company now that you've taken over the helm? What's your vision for it?
Our number one goal is to build this technology and this business model, expand it into the US markets and then around the globe.
Okay, so you definitely want to take it global. Right now, your primary facility is in Ontario, Canada. It's in a town called Hawksburry. It's just across the river from Quebec. Work on the site began back in 2019. It's a 40 million Canadian dollar project. You all have 2 reactors in the facility. If I understand properly, when everything is online, you expect to process 1.3 million scrap tires a year. That sounds like an awful lot to me. I'm curious, just how close or how far is the company from being able to realize this goal?
We are actually there right now. Our processes are working fully. We're able to take in the tires and shred them and then put the material through the rest of the process. So we are in production. We're ramping up production on a monthly basis. And by the end of the year, we should be able to be at about 85%. I would say approximately 85% of capacity. And next year, we'll certainly be running at full speed.
Okay, so you're ramping up right now, working to get to full speed. You have this plant in Canada, and I've seen the photos. It looks pretty impressive. You say you want to expand into the US. I know you have a property there. What are the major challenges, would you say, towards reaching your vision?
The major challenges are basically finding and securing strategic partners, number one, which is really not that big of a challenge. It's just a matter of the timing. You know, we are now totally focused in getting our process up to full production in the Hawksbury facility. And we need to expand on our personnel to be able to have the resources internally to tackle the bigger projects in Texas and in other places in the US and around the world. Talent and training of these people is a challenge. It's not that easy to find the right technical people that have this type of experience. This is a proprietary process. And we need to find people, bring them in, and then spend time training them, having them work in our facility, doing the actual work in the process, and running the operation in order to be able to move on to the next facility. And we're just doing that right now.
So what are you doing, if I can just interject for a second, to overcome this challenge?
Yeah. we're bringing in people and we're having them work in our facility, not only enough staff to run the process at any given time, but we're bringing in more people and having them trained while we're doing that. So the training period is, 3 to 6 months in order to have full control of the operation. So it's a complicated proprietary process. So it's not something that you automatically learn in school. You may have the technical background, but you really need to understand everything that happens in our process. So we need to train people to be able to run it.
Okay, so you got to bring the people in to scale it up, and you got to train them to be able to do that as well. I got to say, from an environmental standpoint, recycling tires sounds great to me. I'm wondering, though, from a business standpoint, how strong is demand for your end products?
Actually, it's very strong. There's different products that come out of that tire, Michael. First, the steel that we extract from the tire is sold back to the steel companies. Then the oil that's produced through our decomposition process is sold back to either oil companies or to other companies that are making virgin carbon black. And then the recycled carbon black is in very big demand. It's a growing industry. It's 70% of the market is in tire production. So all the tire companies will be, are buying carbon black to make their new tires. There's other markets as well. There's polymer industry, composites. People use carbon black in a variety of different ways. So since you can recycle the carbon black from the end of life tires, we can end up selling that material at a lower cost to the customer than the virgin carbon black. And now, and plus, it's an environmentally friendly thing to do. It's that whole circular economy. And a lot of the customers now, or most customers, if not all customers, are starting to increase their usage of the recycled carbon black. So the demand is growing every year exponentially. The demand is very, very high for these recycled materials.
Yeah, it's great to hear. And I'm a fan of the circular economy. It's good for the environment. I was looking at your all's annual report, and I saw revenues last year of about 150,000 Canadian dollars. So I guess what I really want to ask you is about the business model. How strong is it? Are you all profitable? And what would it really take to scale it up according to your vision?
So right now we have everything we need to be able to scale the business. And up till a couple of months ago, up till about 3-4 months ago, it was a matter of getting all the different processes to work on a continuous basis. We have ramped up our shredding operation quite nicely. We're, as of the last 2-3 months, we're now starting to double our production through the shredding line. Our TDP process, we were only running one reactor per, once a week or every twice a week. We are now producing, we're running the reactor and producing every single day, one reaction a day, one batch a day. And soon, in the next 2-3 weeks, we'll be going to 2 batches a day, and then to 3 and 4 batches a day. So realistically, our revenue and our production is just now starting to happen. And then the last part of the operation, the carbon black, where we have to grind the material to a certain size, depending on what our customers are requesting. And we are producing carbon black all day long. And we are just in the process of acquiring some new equipment to be able to produce a finer grade that some of our customers are looking for. So we're in production and scaling up over the next few months to get to where we need to be.
Okay, very interesting. And you mentioned TDP, and just for our viewers, that's your all's proprietary technology, which is essentially taking the tires and turning it into these recyclable products, correct?
Right. TDP is thermal decomposition process. which is a
Okay.
proprietary process that we've developed.
Okay, excellent. Let's look at the investment side of the equation now. Last year was a pretty rough year for Ecolomondo shares. The company's share price is currently trading about 50% below where it was 12 months ago. However, the shares have rallied this year, particularly I have to say since you joined the team. Over the past 3 months, from about 2 weeks before you became Ecolomondo CEO until today, Ecolomondo's share price is up nearly 80%. So tell us, why is Ecolomondo still a stock to watch?
Ecolomondo is a clean tech company. We take end-of-life tires and we extract all the raw materials from those tires, and we end up selling it back to companies that will utilize that material into the original tires that they make and various other products. So it's a clean tech opportunity and in a very, very large growing market space.
All right, well, we definitely are seeing in the US markets a shift towards some of the small cap stocks, like you mentioned. So there could be that macro trend. And what I'm picking up from you in terms of your business is you all really are just on the cusp of scaling up. I mean, you haven't reached capacity yet. You're ramping up this facility in Canada. You have the possibility now of setting up another facility in Texas that you're working on. And then from there, your dreams are much bigger than that. So definitely, it seems like it's kind of like the ground floor.
Absolutely. It's just the beginning.
Fantastic. Gary, thank you so much for joining us today. It's been great speaking with you.
Thank you very much, Michael. Appreciate it. Nice meeting.
We've been speaking with Ecolomondo CEO, Gary Economo, and you've been watching Global One Media Stocks to Watch. I'm Michael Suido.